Yeah, you see that? That's not supposed to look like that. For those of you that know what a bushing is, which I'm hoping is most of you, this is the bushing, and this is the lower front control arm, and this guy is typically supposed to be kind of centered on this, but right now it's kicked all the way against the back of the subframe mount. So I figured, you know, I should be cleaning my garage out right now, but what I would rather do is work on the car. Than it should have been. Please come on. Alright, so here's the arm. Now that it's off, I do apologize about the fan noise, but it is extremely hot in here. So this is the main guy that we were looking at. You can see that it's just off center. In fact, it's really loose. Oh, okay, all right. Apparently you can just pull it right out. So that's fun. My issue now is that I have to get the outer piece of the bushing, so it's pressed in there. And I've got to find something that fits, like a socket or something. I'm pretty sure that's not going to be it. No, that's too small. So now I've got to dig around for, is this the same? Yeah, that's about the same. I've got to dig around for something so that I can press those bushings out, pop the new ones in. Okay, so this cut might be fun. I found an old kind of shitty hole saw, which fits just like absolutely perfectly. I just don't know. Let's see if I can get that focus. I don't know if it's going to be strong enough. I've taped a big eccentric washer to the top of this in hopes that it won't just ruin this hole saw first try. But let's see. All right. Bushing number one. Out. There she goes. Alright, so I cleaned it up a little bit just to get all the grease off so I could check for damage before I start putting bushings back in it. It looks pretty good. I mean, there's a little bit of wear just on that edge where that old bushing failed and it was just riding on the subframe. Other than that, I mean, there's no cracks, which is definitely something to look for. It is a cast aluminum part after all. These are the bushings that are going into the shock mount holes, and then these guys are going into the inner control arm subframe mount holes. So I'm going to start popping these guys in. I don't really think it matters which side goes in what. I do know this one should go in first. The picture shows it going in on the opposite side of where the sway bar end link mounts, but I'm pretty sure that's just completely irrelevant. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these in. that's it. That's one lower control arm done. I mean, the inners were super easy. They just both pressed in by hand. So did the collar, not a big deal. This one was a little bit tougher. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this one back on. And then I'm going to, while I'm on the same side, I'm probably gonna go ahead and take off that compression arm and doing the same thing. I can already tell this one's going to be kind of tricky because it's friggin' huge, and this is the biggest socket I could find, and one, it hardly fits over the thing, and even if it does, I don't think it's going to be enough. So I'm going to try a couple things. First things first, I'm going to just try by, and I know this isn't going to work because this is all rubber, I'm just going to try pushing out this centerpiece. Or pushing on the centerpiece, and maybe the whole thing will go, probably not. If that doesn't work, I think I might be able to get this big fat bastard that I've found in a parking lot to work. But we won't know until we find out. It's got to come out either way. Okay, I think I'm more surprised than anybody that actually worked. I just pushed on the centerpiece and the rubber held just strong enough to push it through. That was amazing. This one is also aftermarket. I replaced it, it's been a few years. It's a little old. So I replaced it a few years ago, so that might have been why it works so well, is because this rubber is so new. I can almost guarantee that the other side's not going to go this well. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Alright, well that's it for this video. I did the second side exactly the same as the first side. It was every bit as easy as I thought it would be. I did have to make I did have to make a kind of second tool for it. All I did was, because the piece that I thought I was going to use to be able to press it out, it didn't work. It was just too tall. So I took a hole saw and I kind of just squished it down a little bit, and it fit perfectly. I was able to press it out. Everything went back in perfectly. I didn't bother filming the reassembly just because nobody wants to watch reassembly. If you do, just play the first part of this video in reverse and pretend that all those bushings are new. I'm actually going to run before it gets too late. I gotta go grab some alcohol because we are in a curfew now because of the protests, but I do have to go and do a couple things and get back before 8 p.m. because all weekend long we can't go anywhere or risk getting arrested. So thanks for watching, and I'm sure I'll see you soon.